we invest in our employees in two ways. We provide a career path for every employee. So every employee at the company knows exactly how they can advance their career and what they need to do along the way. And along with that is to grow their compensation. We provide training as well in that process. And we have found that this is what employees want, but within that career plan and that training, the priority is building a culture of customer service. So we have kind of hand in glove the employee to grow. They need to focus on our customers. It works in tandem. One doesn't exist without the other.
Welcome to the Financial Advantage with GSS, the video series designed for CFOs and financial leaders in the restaurant industry who are committed to optimizing operations, enhancing financial strategies, and driving sustainable growth. Each episode explores the complexities of restaurant finance through expert insights, real-world success stories, and in-depth conversations with industry leaders. From managing compliance to scaling operations, we provide actionable strategies to help your business stay ahead in a competitive market. Let's get started.
Well, hello and welcome to our very first episode of the Financial Advantage with GSS. I'm Nick Stauff and I lead the sales efforts for our company. And this podcast and interview series is aimed to bring you the stories, topics, and trends that matter in the restaurant finance and accounting market. And I am super excited to announce our very first guest, the founder and our leader, Mr. Will Fleming. Will, welcome to the Financial Advantage. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for setting us up today. I'm excited to go through this discussion and talk more about the company.
Awesome. Well, cool. So let's get started, Will. Tell me a little bit about the origin story of GSS. What exactly was the light bulb moment for you?
GSS was started more than 20 years ago within a Fortune 100 company. We were a shared services division for their telecommunications group, and we provided services globally. They were accounting, general accounting, billing, and other finance and accounting services. And, at the time, I was focused on trying to get the best people at the best cost globally, as it was a global company. And I felt like this could be a very successful standalone entity for smaller companies that may not have the same wherewithal or scale to provide that kind of service. So I envisioned that at some point this could be an independent company offering high quality services to different industries.
Okay, so then at one point, if we do some research on GSS, it looks like you guys are hyper focused on the restaurant and hospitality market. When exactly did you pivot towards that area?
So historically, we were working in the telecommunications industry. We became independent in 2014, and we entered the restaurant market with an acquisition in 2015. And we selected that industry because this was going to be a remote service, and we thought it would work best with a business that was distributed, much like restaurants. And historically, restaurants had under-invested because of their smaller margins in finance and accounting talent. So we were coming to the market with what I thought was some of the best talent, finance and accounting talent, and that we could do a very high quality service for this industry. And they would have, let's say, Fortune 100 caliber employees without having all the costs of the setup and all of that. So it's worked very well. Since 2015, we've grown to service over thousands of restaurant locations across the United States in all of the major franchise brands and some of the most successful unique concepts.
So specifically, what are the type of services that you provide to the restaurant and hospitality industry?
So we provide a standard service that includes financial statements, bill paying, sales tax, and bank reconciliations. There are some variations to that service, but it's for probably most of the customers take that standard service where we cover the full back office needs of restaurants. For some bigger customers, we have what we call a full-time equivalent or FTE model, where our team is integrated with a bigger company's team. So they get fully managed employees doing tasks where they work hand in hand with our team. So we kind of have two models. One's a scope-based model and one's more of an integrated augmentation of the back office of a larger restaurant company.
Interesting. So just a little bit for the viewers and listeners out there, myself, I was a former owner-operator of a franchise, and I only had one location, but planned to open more. And one of my biggest struggles in that is to leverage my financial positioning. Even though I had only one location, is that something GSS would have been able to help me with?
We do work with single unit operators, and we typically like to do that in a larger franchise brand. A unique concept restaurant in a local market can generally be covered by a local group, maybe a CPA firm or something like that. But for the franchise brands, even a single operator, because they're working the same way as other operators, we have a lot of folks that we service that are set up that way with just one unit.
Sorry to kind of take a detour there, but I was just thinking for myself. But now, obviously, I did a little bit of research,
Right.
and we worked together, of course. You recently shared a post about the incentives of building company culture. What sparked that idea?
This is a good business. There's a lot of people that enter this industry providing this outsourced service. It's growing in popularity. What I typically say is this is an easy business to enter. It's a hard business to scale and be successful at. What we do, because we've been able to scale, is we focus a lot on the culture of our company. We invest in our employees in two ways. We provide a career path for every employee. So every employee at the company knows exactly how they can advance their career and what they need to do along the way. And along with that is to grow their compensation. We provide training as well in that process. And we have found that this is what employees want, but within that career plan and that training, the priority is building a culture of customer service. So we have kind of hand in glove the employee to grow. They need to focus on our customers. It works in tandem. One doesn't exist without the other. And we're very focused on that. We invest every year in our processes around career development and provide training to our employees. We think that's the unique nature of our business, and you can see it reflected in our customers, because you can't just have a service that I'm losing my train of thought. The service is to have the employees connected to our customers in a good way. We have found that we have to build leaders in customer service, and we link that to their career advancement. So that's our focus. It's been successful for us, and I think it's reflected in our customers' experience.
So it seems a little bit more of a high touch experience with GSS. It goes above and beyond just offering what some would call a simple service. You're really focused on the quality of the employee and the interaction with the clients. That's great. Can you explain what the average, say, person, the average employee at GSS look like?
Sure. Our probably average age of our employee is 27, 28. They typically have either a CPA credential or at least an accounting degree or business degree, 3 to 4 years experience doing, let's just say, so they have the hard skills. But what that age group, I think, struggles with is advancing their career past the hard skills. And what we focus on at that point is developing their soft skills, really their leadership. We're trying to develop leaders at every level of the company so they could advance this culture of customer service within the service that we're delivering. And that's our main focus is soft skills. So I think that's the competitive advantage. We're a global company. It's not so easy to do this when you could be separated by thousands of miles, but we use technology. We have people traveling a lot, and we build this out, and it's something we're excited about. We're excited to develop careers. We're excited to have our employees lead our customers in their financial side of their business. And we think we do it very well. We're not experts, but you can see in our growth that there is something to our formula, because we think of ourselves as one of the larger leaders in the space.
Now, you mentioned that it's the remote service, right? Obviously, the pandemic accelerated the comfort level of being remote. With this type of service, do you think that the comfort level is getting greater, or do you think it's kind of going back to pre-pandemic where people want to have it more insourced versus moving more to the remote model?
I think that the jury's out on what will win out. I think there will be some kind of hybrid approach. I think it makes sense in just, if you look at a business, you look at real estate costs, it might make sense to piggyback on the home infrastructure in some cases. There is value to having a collaborative approach. I mean, we have a hybrid model. I would say we're probably 60% in the office, 40% out of the office. But the mission from the start within the industry was focused on providing a remote service in a distributed business. So, I don't know if our situation is the same as a telecommunications business where you have all the employees in one tall building working on a service that could be anywhere, but it could work better for them to be together. But I definitely, to come back to your question, the pandemic has definitely advanced the remote, work setup. It's changing now, but we're gonna, we'll see. But I think the nature of our industry allows for this remote service, and it really comes down to your soft skills. I mean, your ability to maintain a relationship using technology remotely is the difference between having a good high touch service versus having a cold and limited touch service.
Being in the industry for a while myself, I mean, I technically had a remote service, even though I had a local accountant and CPA. I would have to send them all the information via email or mail, and then I'd wait for some reports and all this good stuff, and I'd meet with them once a year. So, it's technically remote, whichever way you look at it. So, yeah, everybody should be more comfortable with it. That's great. So you were focusing a lot about culture and how you're building GSS, right? Sounds like there's a heck of a lot of effort going in there. It's clear it's working, right? Sounds like you're attracting some of the best, well-qualified candidates that are looking for a career path. Fantastic. So where do you see GSS in 5, 10, 15 years?
I think in the next 5 years, we could easily double our size. I think there's a lot of growth to be had in the restaurant market. I think our models, as you said, it works. People understand it. There's other industries that we work in that we don't spend a lot of time talking about, but the service retail is a natural adjacent sector for us. It's a very durable market. It's a market we know. So I'd see in the next, 5 years growing into that industry in a bigger way and really trying to continue to be a leader in the industry. Our mission is to provide an extraordinary experience for our employees and to our customers through our employees. So that's what we're excited about, and we're going to keep doing that. I mean, we talked earlier about our people. I mean, we hire a lot of people every month, and we are very excited about putting them through our program and finding customers that we can deliver great service to. So, I see that this just accelerating. I think that we've learned a lot over the last 5 years, especially with the pandemic, on how to deliver a high quality service. And I'm excited to really hit the gas in the next few years and do more.
Well, I, as an employee of GSS, I can obviously say this. It's been a pleasure working with you. It's been fantastic. And I see it. I see your path. I see your mission within the people itself that work for the company. And then what that does is that exudes to the client. We have a passion for GSS, and then we have a passion for our clients. Of course, I'm going to say that. And of course, I'm a little bit biased, but it's been fantastic. So, well, thank you, Will. I really appreciate it. And, as we wrap it up here on our very first episode, is there anything you want to leave our audience with?
Yeah. So we had typically in the past had sent out a newsletter. I would write and try to sort of touch on what are the main things going on in the restaurant industry, or with us, with our employees. And we used to get a lot of good responses from that. And that was always fun to do. So we're trying something new now with this video series to make it more personal so people could get to know us. And we're excited about it. So hopefully people like it and come back, and we'll have some exciting guests coming outside of the business that are industry leaders. So I hope you'll come back and join us soon.
Sounds fantastic.
So that's it.
Well, thanks again, Will. And to the viewers out there, stay tuned for more episodes of The Financial Advantage with GSS.
Thank you for tuning in to The Financial Advantage with GSS, the video series for restaurant CFOs and financial professionals striving for operational excellence and strategic success. If you found this episode insightful, don't forget to subscribe to The Financial Advantage with GSS on your preferred platform, or visit gsslp.com for additional resources. We'll see you next time.